All
I
right.
don't know if I'll be able to do laughter yoga. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I'm recording if you guys are ready.
I'm ready.
Alrighty. Whew! You're listening to session 120 of Primordial Harmony, a retelling of the classic Elemental Evil story in the Dungeons & Dragons multiverse. My name is Mike, I'm running this, and tonight I'm joined by...
Hello, I'm Senna and I'm playing Delia the Gnome Wizard.
Hi, I'm Kitties, and I am playing the Gnome Bard, Hum.
And,
next, I play Vox. She's a changeling rogue.
And Miles will be a little bit late. He's playing Tadias, the Aasimar Seeker. When last we left the Excavators, Delia, Hum, Tadias, and Vox, with Oxor the Gold Dragonborn, Lucy the Boulette, and Rook the Snurfneblin, find themselves high up in the clouds, surrounding the spires of the sky-pierced peaks, making their way over precarious bridges of steel cable, rope, and chain. The group navigating through a particularly gusty area. A group of cultists on a nearby plateau were caught up in their fanatical worshipping of wind. They didn't even notice the 6 individuals making their way from spire to spire, nor did they notice when 2 of the gnomes, Delia and Rook, fell into the mist, and they were lucky enough to only fall 100 feet onto moss growing on the stones below. Rook was hurt pretty badly, while Delia, ready for such an event, cast a spell that protected her. Though he couldn't stop the fall, Tadias was ready and winged up. He flew down, scooped up Delia and Rook, then Hum too, and placed them over on a more stable, sheltered bridge before his wing abilities ran out. Tadias then helped Vox and Oxor cross over more precarious parts of the series of bridges, and they all made it out of that more gusty area safely. Once past the rougher winds, the party continued toward the air portal. They happened upon a plateau with 2 bound Feathergale Knights, Narisi and Desena. Before they could be freed, the party was set upon by 2 demonic, gorilla-like creatures with orange fur. After destroying them, the party freed the 2 knights, and Tadias used Suni's spade to create a shelter for them to rest in before the party could escort them down back to Thurl. The Excavators then came across what they'd come to learn was a place of gathering for the Aarakocra that once lived here. Iki appeared again and spoke of it, lamenting that she couldn't find the elders, saying that they must be busy preparing her ascension. She was avoidant when the party brought up, well, the bodies, and Hum would come to realize that Iki was avoiding the truth of what happened to her people, and she would take off once again. The party continued on, and they passed the threshold of hateful winds, spiteful, whispering terrible things to each of them. Undeterred, they continued on and came upon a plateau with a spiral stair running along to its top. 4 cultists clearly on the top of this thing. The Excavators made their way up the stairs with a powerful downdraft pushing them down, but when Vox got halfway up, a Skyweaver, a more powerful cultist, noticed the party and sent a flock of abyssal chickens to harry them, as another Skyweaver flew around and took lightning bolt pot shots. Eventually the party made it to the top and took out the other 3. We returned to the late morning of Flame Rule the 6th, the Excavators standing on a windswept, stony plateau. The clouds not as thick here as they look across the next chain-link bridge. About 100 yards away, another plateau stands with a dark, slightly glimmering, flashing cloud floating just atop it. And I am going to take you to a different music. So, there you all stand.
So does that bridge look less precarious than we have crossed so far?
It's another monkey bridge. But unlike what I drew, in Dungeon Draft, it actually has like chains that are connecting the 3 main ones. So there's more handholds and more places for your feet to go.
Well, should we press on?
Let's go.
The party groups up. Can you, you still not have Miles yet? No, I guess not. Well, I would say that, one second. Oh, wait. I also need to pull that down. That and that. Okay. I would also say that Oxor would probably volunteer to go first across the thing. What's your marching order?
I'll go behind Oxor.
And I'll get behind Vox. And I'll grab the Rook's Nevlin with me.
Rook Snevlin. I guess we'll say Tadias brings up the rear. Alright.
He's still tied to Delia, right?
I believe so, yes.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Because he did pull me along
That's
at
right.
the end of the fight.
Fantastic. Okay. Let me move some things around. Okay. D. One second. Adjusting my posture. Cool. Where's my thing? Okay. So as you make your way across the bridge, the sounds of thunder and flashes of light grow a little bit stronger as you get closer to this plateau. And as you're making your way there, you can tell that the winds here are a tempest, and the mist itself is blowing around, and any loose fabric in your outfits is just snapping in the gale. And you can see in the middle of this plateau, is a finely carved 3-tiered dais rising from the rock, splattered with dried blood. And above it, a churning thundercloud, thrashing with lightning. Thunder cracks and gusts lash out like leather whips. A silvery window is sometimes visible in the center of the cloud. It opens up into an endless sky and a deeper azure than you are used to in the rest of your material plane. Oxor takes a look back at the party. What sort of expressions does he see?
Delia's got one eye like closed shut and the other one's like squinted as she's like white knuckle gripping the chains.
Even though Tadias is tied to you. Well, what about...
It's an irrational fear.
Of course. Well, what about Hum?
Hum's just got this look of sheer determination. She sees, she sees this thing and she knows that we've got to destroy it for Chan.
I'll mention that in a little bit. What about Vox? What kind of expression does she have? Nick, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't. just. Sorry, I don't have the word.
Focused, determined, happy to be here.
Yeah, yeah, like determined. Like let's get this done. Let's get going.
Okay. Well, Oxor then looks back and starts making his way there. Meanwhile, Rook's face is sort of more just not bewilderment, but oh shit, this is actually gonna happen. Like it's happened already when you guys fight things. So Oxor just makes his way, climbing over the bridge, the chain links doing their crinkle thing.
Have these guys spotted us? I imagine they would have.
They look stock still. They don't seem to be reacting to anything. But once Oxor steps foot on the plateau and moves aside to make room, all their attention centers on him, but they don't move.
So if I move like over here, are they still centered on Oxor?
They seem to be taking notice of everyone. As soon as Rook enters the plateau, he says, "Looks like you're probably gonna have to fight those guys, so I'll just keep an eye out from below." And he sinks into the stone.
Heart of a lion, that one.
He his face appears from the stone and says, "Hey, I almost fell to my death."
Be careful.
And he sinks back in. Gosh, I really wish we had Miles here. It's unfortunate.
I'll look over to the other party. Like, well, what do you guys think? Should we talk to them?
When have the Myrmidons been talkable? They're just blind soldiers.
That has been our experience so far.
Hey, maybe we could catch a break today. But I probably guess not.
I mean, we could try. I don't want to discourage you, Vox.
Oh, no. Let's just fight.
Let's wave. Let's see what they do when we wave. Hum waves really friendly.
They don't move.
I'm gonna take a step forward.
Can you tell me what Chan thinking right now?
So, Chan is just sort of got a sense of apprehension. And, you get the impression of, yes, this is the thing that you need to destroy. And you kind of take a look back and you can see Windvane on... Oh, crap, you even left the Roll20 game. You see Windvane on Tadias's back. Oh, wait. That was a Miles that left the game. Oh, no. Nyx?
No, that was me.
Ah.
I accidentally reloaded the whole thing.
I hate when that happens.
Give me a minute. It's loading really slow.
You shout hello at them and nothing changes. But yeah, there's that dais there. Okay, you can see it beyond the thing. Okay. Yeah. So, what are you guys doing?
Hum yells, Arisi said to take a lunch break.
I definitely don't respond to that.
Well, I think there's only one thing left to do.
Hit him with the stabby things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably.
And that I'm gonna take my short bow out and I'm gonna fire.
Okay. Ranged weapons. Well, yeah, okay. Go ahead and, which one are you aiming at?
Let's aim at the one kind of directly in front of me, sort of.
Hum loads her crossbow while she watches Fox
one?
pull the drawstring.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, did it not?
Okay,
Got a blue mark on him.
yeah. Okay, so, yeah, Hum is starting to load up. Oxor starts walking toward him because he's got a sword and he hits things hard and it's the best. Is anyone else moving toward these things?
I'm just staying here shooting.
I'll move forward a little bit,
feels like
just
another-
to be further from the edge.
It felt like on other plateaus that there was like invisible things or things that showed up. Can I make a quick perception check and see if there's anything that might just be around that isn't these three like
Sure.
protectors?
With that roll, you are almost certain that there's no other security here other than these things.
All right, Tadias whips out the daggers and follows suit. He's gonna use a bonus action to hit the wind guts and get ready.
All right. You guys start approaching, gearing up, knocking arrows. As you approach the Myrmidons, the shimmering portal dissolves a little bit, and you can see through it. You can see a dark face with eyes of malice staring out at you from the portal. And Chan buzzes in your head, and she says, "Yan Sibin, be careful." And from the elemental plane of air, Yan Sibin says, "You will be blown away, here and now." And the winds pick up, threatening to knock you off your feet, and the Myrmidons begin to rush towards you. Go ahead and roll initiative. And now I'm going to change the music. And Vox, it is your go first. You let your arrow fly. That is a hit. For 10 piercing. With your short bow, and you notice that the it dents the armor a little bit, and you can tell that it's just kind of a nick. Do you still have sneak attack? Because you're acting before. That's how assassin works, right?
Yeah.
I believe they get advantage too.
Yeah, so you can roll again.
Should
See if you crit. Yeah. That's not a crit, but you do get sneak attack. All right. You make a significant dent, and you realize that this Myrmidon is a little bit different from the rest of them. It looks like its armor is a little bit less. Like there's less plates. Your turn.
Hum is going to move up to right next to Oxor. And she has knocked back 10 arrows into her crossbow. And so she's going to take a shot at this guy here.
All right. before you resolve that, forgot to... The winds do pick up and they will affect you. Okay.
Does that make her roll at disadvantage or anything like that?
It might. It depends on the direction. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Hold on a second. Yeah, it does. You will roll with disadvantage, and also I need Vox to make a strength saving throw. You save. You feel yourself being pushed, but you center your mass, and you're able to withstand that. But yes, you will roll with disadvantage. Oh wait, are you using the dexterity
Yeah, I
saving?
am.
Okay, so there's no disadvantage.
Right.
Which one are you aiming at?
I am aiming at the one on the right.
The one on the right. He unfortunately saves, but he takes half of that.
So that's only half. I have to do the other 5.
Oh ho.
So that's 30, 40. So he takes 20 damage.
Alright. And you notice that the arrows are not as impactful. Oh wait, no, this is a magic weapon. Never mind. He avoids half of the brunt of that. Alright. This one's going to run towards Vox. Oh, I need you to make a strength saving throw, Alright. You are prone, and you're pushed.
Down.
You're pushed 10 feet. However, because of the direction of the wind, you're actually pushed into Oxor, and you kind of run up against his legs, and he just kind of he kind of lowers his shield, and you kind of just brace into it. But you don't roll anymore, but you're prone.
Okie dokie.
Alright. So this Air Myrmidon rushes up to Vox. And another thing you notice about this one is that it doesn't seem to have that powerful lightning strike attack, as it just makes some flail attacks on you. 1, 2, and 3.
Hit, miss.
Alright. So, one kind of grazes your shoulder, but then you manage to deftly dodge the other 2. Delia!
I think we're gonna cast Bigby's hand.
Bigby's hand!
Right here in between these two.
Alright. We still need to get you a token, specifically, that is a hand. And I don't think I have a page with that. Do I? I don't think I do. No, I don't. Okay, that's fine. Oh, drag it over, please. Come on. You also want to drag the asset onto the board. The asset onto the board. Come on. There's just gonna be 5 hands popping up in a second.
I can't wait.
Oh my god, what is happening? Please, roll 20. Just put the asset on the board. I beg you.
Technology just doesn't want to work today.
No kidding. State, nationwide. Fuck. Alright, what about this one? There we go, that works. Okay, I'm going to assign it to you.
We're gonna try and grab this little guy right here, by the way.
Heck yeah. Does he roll save?
It is... The hand attempts to grapple a huge or smaller creature within 5 feet of it. You use the hand's strength score to resolve the grapple. If the target is medium or smaller, you have advantage on the check.
I don't think you'll have much trouble, but we'll see.
It's a +8.
Yeah, and it's advantage. You grab him.
All right, now we're gonna crush him.
Crush him! You crush him for 18 damage. Is Bigby's hand evocation?
It is.
Fucking A. Alright. You hear the sound of crinkling metal as you crush this wind elemental that is donned in gear. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright. Can the hand be attacked?
It can. It has hit points equal to my hit point maximum.
What?
And an AC of 20.
Holy shit. Okay. Alright, here's what'll happen. Are you done with your turn?
Yes.
Alright, I need you to roll a strength saving throw. That is not enough. You are prone, and you are pushed to there. Alright, this...
Isn't she still
I'm holding on to that rope.
tied to Didias?
Oh yeah, so I think that means that Tadias also needs to make a strength saving throw?
Can do.
Okay, I know how this will work. This is simple. This is simple. Okay, so Tadias... so Delia's like here then. Well, more like here. Yeah, that's good enough. Because she's just, yeah, attached to Tadias via this rope. Perfect. Okay. This Air Myrmidon is going to turn toward the hand and bring its flail up, and it starts to crackle with electrical energy, and he brings it down. Oh, a crit. Okay. Good for the hand. So that's 10 bludgeoning damage plus all this lightning damage. And that attack is crit a lot. 40 lightning damage. How's the hand looking?
We still got 30 HP.
Say again?
We still got 30 HP.
Alright. Wait, what's your max HP?
Right now it's 80.
Oh, right, you guys are like high level. Okay, perfect. Then that's the end of that one's turn. And this one's gonna try to... What's this one gonna try to do? Well, first you hear from the portal, you hear the voice of Yan Sibin shout at this Myrmidon and say, "Fool! Go after them! Not the spell!" But this one doesn't really have a choice, so is going to attempt to break the hand. And it brings up its flail that is also crackling with lightning energy, and misses.
Nope.
And that's all he can do. Oxor is going to walk over here and assist Vox and slash in with his sword. Scanvivera twice. 1, 2. That one misses, this one hits for a total of what is that, 11 damage. Didias, it's your turn. Oh, Oxor actually has to roll a save.
Put that up already. Alright, I'm a yoinking gnome. Kind of fly it like a kite for a second, then put her on my shoulders. Then I'll just scoot right in here and help myself to a little of this thrashing about.
That's a miss.
Okay, and number 2.
That's a hit. For 10 piercing.
And I don't think I have a useful bonus action since these things hover, so I'll just call turn there.
Okay. Vox. before, roll a strength save, Tadias. Alright, you're not pushed over. That's boring. Give me another one. Alright. I rolled the same thing. 1, 2. The wind changes direction abruptly. Vox, it's your turn.
Well, I'm gonna get the dagger out and give him a stab.
That is a hit. With the sneak attack. Dealing... Alright. Well, Vox, you stab forth with the elemental dagger, and the energy of it just completely annihilates the whirling air energies of this creature and destroys it. Anything else?
No, I'm gonna wait here.
Okay, roll a strength saving throw. That is just enough as you feel the wind whip around and change direction, but you manage to hold your ground. It is your turn.
If I don't have the power to get people out of my way, so if I hit with a destructive wave, it's gonna hit big beasts as well, right?
No, destructive wave lets you choose what you hit.
Yeah, it's in the spell. It's not an evocation wizard thing, it's just in the spell.
Okay, so Hum's gonna come up, it's gonna stand up and walk towards Oxor, because, protection, because she's little.
Oh yeah, okay.
And she is going to throw her last high-level spell, a destructive wave, at these two Myrmidon.
Alright. Hum is done. Hum is ready for this to be over. 2 con saves, 1 and 2. Ooh, they both are pretty successful. So that's 40 damage. Wait, no. Yeah, that's 40 damage.
Yeah, 40 damage. So they each take 20.
They do. Well, wait a minute. Well, it's even worse because they're actually resistant to thunder damage. So that's actually 6 thunder damage and 7 radiant. Oh, no, 8. No, 7, yeah. So 13 damage. That's gotta hurt.
And she's going to throw a inspiration at her dear friend Oxor.
Alright.
And she's going to try to stay standing.
She will try to stay standing. Roll that strength save. You stand firm, as if your destructive wave centered you, and just sort of just push the wind away for a moment. Enough time for you to gain your footing. Delia.
Alright, I will use my bonus action to crush this guy in my big beast's hand.
Alright. 13 damage.
And then I will use my regular action to shoot him with a firebolt.
Alright. A good combination. That's a hit.
But not the 5.
Oh, not the 5, okay. That's still pretty good, as the firebolt slams into the armor and melts some of it away. Alright. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Make that strength save, because I want to see if you flop around a little bit like a kite.
I sure do.
You're prone and you end up over here.
Isn't she on Tadias' shoulders, though?
Oh, is she?
I think
I thought that's what he said.
I put her up there. Do you want me to make another save?
Yeah. Okay, so here's what happens.
I topple to the ground.
No, actually, so How is the rope? I just want to get this picture. How is the rope
It was
tied to Delia?
Attached at my hip, if I remember correctly, because Hum tied it, so she had to be able to reach it.
Well, what? How's it on Delia though?
I made like a hangman's noose and tied it and just put it over her shoulders onto her waist.
Oh, like a sash.
Yeah, kind of like a sash.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So here's what happens.
I think. Okay, go.
Tadias and Delia are dragged a little bit and sort of end up pushing Hum a little bit out of the way. Tadias, you're not prone, but Delia, you're not like on your back, but you're off balance. I'm not sure what that'll mean, but I'll come up with something.
It kind of looks like those sprinters that have like the parachutes behind them when they're running.
Yeah, kind of. Alright. So this Myrmidon is going to, first is going to roll a d6. Nope. Alright, well the Myrmidon's going to run toward Hum and try to Hail Mary upon her with several flail attacks. 1, 2, and 3.
2 of them hit.
2 of them hit for that much damage as slam, then you dodge out of the way as 2 glancing blows strike your leather armor and bruise you badly. And that's his turn. Then this one goes and is going to try to remove itself from the hand. 17.
Do I have advantage on this one too?
I don't think you don't. It didn't say only on the first one, so. Well, you definitely keep the thing prone and lock him down. Alright, that's their turn. Oxor is going to use the wind to his advantage a little bit and march over to here and start attacking this Myrmidon. Slash and slash. Hits one, misses the other as it gets caught in the chain of the Myrmidon. In a weird way where it like kind of fades through but doesn't. But still deals a decent amount of damage for 17. And then a strength save for you. Oxford does not make it and is actually blown. Is Bigby's hand corporeal? I mean, I guess it is, huh?
Yeah, it's a large hand of shimmering translucent force.
Alright,
So it's substantial.
Okay, so then Oxford just is pushed over here and is prone. Tadias.
I'm just gonna scoop my boots right here. Start stabbing with the flanking.
Alright. That is a miss. Oh wait, no, that's a hit because of the +2. Yep.
Ah, yeah.
That's 8. That's hits. For 8.
Alright, let's try to exploit that weakness. That's gonna be an improvise.
That hits. For 10 plus.
And this button here.
Ooh! For 21 damage. Alright, this thing is starting to look much worse. Its armor is cut in many places and the wind is starting to dissipate a little bit. Give me a strength saving throw.
Can do.
Alright, you stay centered. And I'm going to roll D8. Top of the round. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The wind shifts in that direction.
What direction?
There's an orange arrow on the top left corner of the
Oh,
map.
there it is.
Yeah. Southeast. Fox, it's your turn.
I'm gonna come up and try and finish him off.
Alright. That's a hit. You will have sneak attack. This is probably gonna do it unless you roll. Yep, okay. Elemental dagger breaks into its elemental body, and destructive interference destroys it. I need you to roll a strength saving throw. Ooh. You are rolled over here and you fall prone.
Hum is going to use stop hitting yourself on this one that's stuck in Diggy's hand.
Nice. Ooh. Yeah, it kind of is, it takes its flail and it's literally flailing around, and I think what happens is you just rile it up so much that it isn't really aware of like the hit yourself thing, but more it just moves its flail around and it just kind of goes in a circle and just lands on his head for 10 damage. Alright.
Oh my gosh, wait a minute. I forgot to move it up to 3d10. I need one more d10.
Oh snap.
Okay,
That's something.
that was...
Alright, roll a strength saving throw. You are you're prone and you roll over here.
No, did I roll through Delia?
Delia's on Tadias' shoulders.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. So Tadias moved. Did Tadias take Delia with him?
I never left 5 feet from her.
It's true.
I didn't pick her up.
Oh, then maybe Hum's like right here. Right here. Yeah.
Pile of gnomes.
Spacing's hard. You do run into Delia and then fall prone. Speaking of Delia, it's Delia's turn.
We're gonna crush him.
Crush him. You can tell that you're near the end as this creature's armor is just a mess. And there's like gusts of wind spilling out from it in all directions.
And then we'll firebolt him.
Alright. Firebolt goes wide. And I need you... Let's see, so you're attached to Tadias. Well, roll the save anyway. If you make the save, then Tadias doesn't have to do anything. That's how I should have been running it. Ah, yes.
So
you do not.
Now I am making things right.
Yeah. Oh, you're both dragged. You're both dragged 5 feet here. Tadias, you're not like prone, but wait, yeah. Delia, you are effectively prone, but it probably won't matter. Lost your balance and all that. So the Myrmidon is going to again attempt to escape this thing. It's probably just a matter of hit points. Yeah. So that's it for them, and Oxor is gonna walk up here and finish the job. Yeah. Unless he rolls really low. Nope. Alright. Oxor slashes the creature through and destroys it. And you're out of combat. Well, actually, not exactly. You're not exactly out of combat. What's happening here is, and I should jump to this one. So you're still in initiative, but there's no enemies. What you're dealing with is the wind. The wind remains, and you can hear Yan Si-bin glower angrily, and Chan is just shouting out at Hum, and is saying, "What are you waiting for? Destroy it!" And Tadias, it's actually your turn as Oxor makes his saving throw.
Hum
Okay,
yells.
I'm gonna snag up.
What does Hum yell?
Hum yells to Tadias. Chan says to destroy it.
Tadias is gonna sweep up Elia, and he's going to move towards the portal And while doing so, grab it off of his back. Start moving the spear into the energy, I guess. I feel like this is gonna hurt. I was thinking about cutting Delia, but I don't want to do that.
Okay. So you're staring down Jan Subin as you approach, and he has this currently impotent rage as you're walking forward with the spear, and he just glowers at you as you thrust it forward, and the spear wind vane collides with the portal, and there's a great flash as 8 different bolts of lightning strike out in multiple directions, and I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw. Okay, you do not avoid the brunt of this, which isn't too bad, but is still probably going to be ouchy as you're hit with... Oh, well, that wasn't a lot. 4 lightning damage as these lightning strikes out in multiple directions, and the storm clouds seem to be sucked back into the portal, and through the image beyond, it ripples and fades as the portal becomes nothing more than a dust devil that grows smaller and smaller until finally it disappears, leaving the dais empty. And above and around you, you can see the blue skies of your home material plane peeking through the clouds. And the noon sun illuminates you and the plateau, and the winds die down to nothing more than a gentle breeze.
How does Windvane look?
Oh, Windvane's gone. Windvane shatters in your hands. And in fact, that was a source of some of the lightning that you took.
Good riddance.
That guy was not very nice.
Is the wind still powerful?
No, the winds are now a gentle breeze.
Hum walks
I'll
up.
begin untying Delia.
I'm gonna make the hang loose hand sign and then dismiss Bigby's hand.
Nice. You hear flapping. The flapping of wings. As the green plumage of Iki against the blue sky flies over and lands on the dais in front of you.
Fox gets up.
And
You are right.
she is looking around at the dais, and she has her arms and her wings kind of hanging down, and she says, "The platform here would be dressed in the flowers that grow in the mossy pits of some of the spires. They aren't now. They aren't here now."
No, they're not.
And she looks up to the party and meets eyes. She sees Hum approach, and her eyes meet yours. And you can see that there's a sadness in Iki's eyes.
Hum walks up to her and offers her a hug.
As you're sort of walking close, and as you offer her a hug, and she says, Our holy place is empty. My family, my friends, the village elders." And then she looks up at you sharply and she says, They hurt me. They killed us. That awful greenhorn beast. She lets out a wail, and the wind picks up again, and suddenly you're surrounded by another maelstrom. And you hear more thunderclaps again. And she says, "He laughed. I begged him to stop and he laughed. Why?" And suddenly the realization dawns on you that Aarakocra that you saw with the demon that Hum so handedly destroyed with the brown plumage, those feathers weren't brown. They were crusted with blood. Iki says, "It hurts. It hurts so much." And she'll sink to her knees.
He's gone now, little one. You can go rest. You don't have to be here anymore.
She looks up and she lets out a loud, anguished scream, like a pained eagle. And Hum, you're suddenly pushed back as this force, this wind just appears from her, and it pushes you and everyone violently back 20 feet. And Iki screams again, and Hum, you feel Chan buzzing against your chest as the wind picks up even more. And this is going to be a quasi initiative. Iki is just sobbing as the wind is pushing you away from the dais and threatening to push you toward and over the cliff. What do you do?
I asked Chan, what is it that I should do? What do you want?
And you hear a peaceful ringing in your mind, and she says, "Soothe her."
Hum pulls out the chimes and rings them. Do you want a performance check?
I do. Do you say anything in addition to the ringing?
I tell her, you're safe now. You can go. Rest in peace now.
The wind sort of droops a little bit, but I need everyone to roll strength saving throws. Vox and Delia. Both of you aren't prone, but you're pushed back 20 feet toward the edge of the cliff. And so is Rook before he sinks into the stone. One second.
Do I have time to do an action while this is happening?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I want to cast Earthen Grasp on Delia
Okay.
with Sanity.
You...
I see, like, Rook kind of just sinking to the ground thinking just, like, pin her as well.
Okay. You can absolutely do that. Alright. You can see her still sobbing in her anguished... Oh, wait, I had music for this. Shit. There we go. Okay. Hum, go for it.
Rings the chimes again and says, Iki, please, don't hurt us. We were here to help. And rolls a crappy performance.
Well, the good news is that was enough. As she looks up at you, and you can see the tears staining her down feather face, downed, feathered face. As the wind, like, sort of dies a little bit more. But I will need everyone to roll strength saves again, except for Delia, I guess. Vox, you are pushed back a little bit, but Rook comes up from the stone and he's got most of his body hooked in there, and he grabs your ankles with his hands. He says, "I got you."
Thanks, Rook.
Tadius, you fail to save, though. You are pushed back 20 feet.
And so is...
So is Hum. Let's see. Not much. Okay.
She rings the chimes one more time. And she says this time, I don't know, what is she going to say?
You succeed. What do you say to somebody in grief?
Iki, it's time. You need to go be with your family and your mom. Follow the light.
And with that, and actually, you get the impression that Chan is putting in work here, because despite the winds blowing against you, it's as if your voice is projected from everywhere. And the winds die down further, and you guys don't need to make any more saves, and it's enough. There's still like some anguish there that you can sense, but it's not enough to where it's keeping you away from her, and you have the ability to walk towards her should you choose to.
Hum is going to walk towards her a bit and say, look for her. If you wish really hard and you look for her, you'll find your mom.
Roll a persuasion check. Ooh.
She's also going to ring the chimes.
Okay. You can roll a performance check. Yeah, that definitely, like, sells it. And the winds finally return to their calm breeze. And, I just want one... Where is it? The wind chimes is nice. It adds to the ambience. So, as you approach Iki, her sobs are quieted, but you can still see her chest kind of heaving. As you approach her, you can see that she's sort of translucent. And she's sniffling, and yeah, she looks at you as you walk toward her.
And I say, can you hear her? She's looking for you, Iki. I think I can hear your mom. Can you hear her?
I don't know, she says in a quiet voice.
Listen really, really well. Listen with your heart. You'll hear her.
She closes her eyes, and it's quiet for a while.
Do you hear her? She's calling you. She wants you to go home. Hum rings the bells one more time. For a crappy roll. Damn it.
It's still a pleasant tone, and her eyes go from being anguished to somewhat at peace. How close do you get to her?
I keep moving towards her, but very slowly because I don't want to be killed.
Yeah.
And she says, "Do you hear her? She needs your help in the pottery."
You can see her chest isn't moving, like at all. But she has her eyes closed, and it seems like she's letting the peace sort of take her. But she's still there.
It's time to go. Hum rings the bells one more time.
She looks up. She then looks up at you, and she spreads her arms and she says, "I think I would like that hug."
I tuck the chimes away and I offer her the hug.
And she wraps her arms around you, but you don't feel anything.
Oh, your hug's so warm. Do you remember hugs from your mom?
Mm-hmm.
What was the best part about hugs from your mom?
The feathers on her chest. And you can see that she's fading.
And you can feel her heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
And she's really warm. And it feels super safe.
And she nods, and you can see sparkling tears dripping from her eyes, and she fades away. And the mists around, I don't have it on the map, but the mists around the plateau start to fade. And you can see the grand expanse of the sky-pierced peaks and all of the spires and such. And you can see the fields next to, and you can even make out the Afon River.
Hum just collapses on top of the dice and lays there and says, "I'm really sick of this shit."
I think. So. That's 2 down, right? He says this to Delia.
I nod. 2 more to go. Hopefully 1.
Did I was gonna go check on him? Kind of sit down on the dais, stretch his legs out over the stairs and lead up to it.
Sun's warm.
The sun is warm. It's a summer day. It's very nice.
This has never been easy.
Oxor just sits on the step here and just ugh.
Tadias, I miss Zachariel. We need to get him back.
Yeah. Chanza will pay for what he's done.
You ever feel like
Iki deserves no less.
you want to just bring somebody back from the dead and kill him again?
Is Hum talking about Arisi?
I am talking about Arisi.
deserve better.
How can you claim to love wind and kill those things that are most beautiful about it?
They didn't love the wind. They loved the oppression of the storm. And that's all they fell in love with. The power of it. Not the calm breeze. Not the feeling of the weightlessness. Not the feeling of that updraft when you see yourself soaring. We have more work to do. Then it'll get done.
I know.
For Zachariel.
Let's go kill Chanzal.
We take a break first, says Oxor.
And like that.
I need to patch up some of my cuts.
It's a good idea. We should go back and get the Feathergale Knights and bring them back to their people.
You see, Oxor has like some bandages out, and then he just kind of puts them back into his pack, slowly.
Heal yourself first, silly.
He says, "I just want to save some of the power I get from Selune, that's all. But that's gonna take me a little bit." He's referring to a short rest.
I'm not going anywhere right now.
All right. Feel free to resolve a short rest. You've definitely earned it.
Hum going to play a song for everybody while they're resting.
Patching up. Cool. What's the song of rest die right now? Is it D8?
It is.
Sweet. Better than nothing.
Song's a little off key because she's tired.
That's enough. Alright. So redons his parts of his armor that didn't protect him completely from cuts and says, "Alright, I'm good."
Hey, Delia, you ready to go back on the bridges?
Ugh. I'm just laying flat on my back until they force me to get up.
Hum pulls some sparkles out of her bag and just like throws them at Delia. Poof!
Nope, it's not gonna work.
She throws more.
We're not meant to be this high up. We don't have wings.
But we're okay.
For now.
Well, Delia, the sooner we leave, the sooner we're back on ground.
That's true.
And Lucy. I miss Lucy.
I miss Lucy too. Okay, let's go.
You look dazzling, my dear.
She does
Thank you.
sparkle in the sun.
She's the shiniest gnome I know.
I shake my now like super messy hair from all the wind. Some like glitter falls out of it.
And you all gather together and start making your way back. And you pass that crazy plateau with the spiral staircase and all those weird chicken things, and the bodies of the cultists are just kind of hanging there. And you pass through the Aarakocra meeting place, and eventually you make it back to here with the two Feathergale Knights, Nerisi and Desena. And they kind of notice you as you walk onto the plateau, and they leave the gazebo that Tadias had made for them. He says, and Nerisi says, "Is it done?"
It is done.
And they get up and they look a little bit better since they've had time to not be tied up. They still look pretty beat, but they make to move toward the chain bridge over here, which is the direction you came from initially.
Hum follows them. She says, "What happened to your mounts?"
Their mouths?
Mounts?
Oh,
Mounts?
they both get very unhappy looks on their faces, and say when well, when we objected to what they were doing to the Aarakocra here, they fed our griffins to that green demon. And you can see a tear sort of run down Nerisi's face, but she blinks it away.
Well, we made short work of him.
They look. Both of them kind of just give you a weak smile as you're walking over the bridges leading back. Yeah. It isn't. There's not enough time for that. Okay, I think we'll leave the session here, just because there's a thing, but that it would go over time. Then I'm getting pretty tired.
Fair enough.
So, we'll continue next time. we'll
Good night, Joy.
have the denouement of this dungeon. Good night,
Bye,
Joy.
Joy.